The date is circled. May 2nd. Ryogoku Kokugikan. One match, one collision. And the entire wrestling world hasn't exhaled since it was announced. Tetsuya Naito, the uncontrollable charisma, stands across the ring from OZAWA, the real rebel of pro wrestling Noah. The moment you see them in the same space, something primal kicks in, a feeling that veterans of this sport know all too well. The same electric dread you felt watching Keiji Muto in his prime. This isn't just a match. This is two eras crashing into each other at full speed. It started on March 25th at Shinagawa Stella Ball. Technically, it was a six-man tag. In reality, it was a fuse being lit. The moment these two shared a ring, nothing else in that building mattered. And after the bell, OZAWA made sure everyone knew exactly where he stood. No pleasantries, no respect, just a cold, calculated evisceration, calling Naito a man past his peak, a legend in his final season, a body that's already said its goodbyes, but hasn't figured out how to leave yet. Naito's response? Tranquilo. No rage, no cheap rebuttal, just a slow smile, and something far more dangerous than anger. Genuine curiosity. He praised Ozawa's composure, his talent, and admitted he couldn't wait to feel what this kid actually brings. That restraint? That's not weakness. That's the confidence of a man who has already been to hell and back more times than Ozawa has had matches.
内藤哲也さん、おい、あんな簡単な技もお前ろくにできねえのかよ、おい。練習不足なのかな、膝が悪いのか目が悪いのか分かんないけどさ。プロレスのはファンの表情。
Here's what makes this feud cut deeper than most. Look at Ozawa, the defiance, the venom, the dark magnetism that makes crowds hate him and secretly love him for it. Now pull up footage of Tetsuya Naito circa 10 years ago and try to tell me you don't see the same damn blueprint. Ozawa, a former New Japan trainee, now leads Team 2000X, a faction built on chaos and anti-establishment fury. Sound familiar? Naito even said it himself, with that signature smirk. Is he using me as a reference? Is he a fan of mine? This is the master, face to face with the sharpest version of his own past self. And that past self, he doesn't want a lesson, he wants the throne. Ozawa fights dirty, and he fights smart. That combination is lethal. His masterstroke? Launching a fan vote on social media to determine the main event order at Ryogoku, forcing their singles match to go head-to-head in the polls against the GHC Heavyweight Championship match. It wasn't just a publicity stunt. It was a surgical strike aimed directly at Naito's most painful scar. The infamous 2013 Tokyo Dome fan vote that stripped Naito of his main event moment in front of the whole world. Ozawa knew exactly what he was twisting. But Naito, he didn't even flinch. He looked at the whole situation like a man who's been through far worse and shrugged. I don't care which match closes the show. The match I'm in is the main event. That line hit harder than any promo Ozawa could have cut. If you thought this feud was intense before April 28th, the press conference blew the entire thing wide open. Ozawa strutted in riding the wave of his fan vote victory and wasted no time going for the jugular, mocking Naito, then turning his sights on GHC Heavyweight Champion Yoshiki Inamura, dismissing him as a champion with no box office value, a man who couldn't draw flies to a dumpster. Then T2000X's Jun Masaoka tore apart a copy of Bushi's autobiography in front of everyone. That was the match to the powder keg. All-out war erupted, and in the middle of the chaos, OZAWA looked Inamura dead in the eye and spat water directly into his face. Bad idea. Inamura grabbed him, and in one devastating motion, put OZAWA through a press table with his Muso finisher. OZAWA laid motionless in the wreckage. The room was stunned silent. May 2nd suddenly feels a lot more real. The chess match is over. The mind games are done. The receipts have been paid, and the debts are coming due. Tetsuya Naito versus OZAWA. Ryogoku Kokugikan. May 2nd. Does the uncontrollable charisma remind the young rebel that experience isn't a weakness, it's a weapon? Or does OZAWA do the unthinkable and write the final chapter of one of the greatest careers in modern professional wrestling? You already know you can't miss this.